Hello, welcome to the March 26th Pearl L. Crawford Memorial Library Board of Trustees meeting. Let's start with Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so did everyone get a chance to review the minutes of the January 9th meeting?
I have one small correction.
Okay.
Down under new business.
I had to bring my subject around and I apologize.
Down under new business, where it's the first paragraph, last sentence, Karen Wall stated that the assumption has been set for a while, and that, but must be updated, and I will look into it. When I saw that, I said, I usually write down when I look into things. I didn't actually say I'd look into it.
Okay.
So that should be stricken. Okay. I watched it again today. And I stated that the assumption has been set for a while. And the next thing that happened was Ben Craver agreed and added that it's a matter of the bylaws reflecting how it's the assumption. Yes. You can rewatch it if you want to. Okay. I don't mind, but I just wanted to correct that. It was misstated.
So how would that
You can
read
send that
if
to
it's
me,
corrected?
because I have them.
It would say, Karen Wall stated the assumption has been set for a while, period. Ben Craver agreed and added that it's a matter of the bylaws reflecting that.
Okay.
That was the only thing I saw.
Okay. Did anyone else notice anything, any corrections?
No. I'd like to make a motion that we accept the minutes as amended.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You heard that.
Still there.
All right, next we'll go on to the director's report.
Sure. Randy, do you have a copy of the director's report? I have an extra. I did make one.
I had to run to bring my son to karate. As I mentioned,
That's okay.
I'm the only person with 3 boys at the moment, so.
I just wanted to know if you had a copy of the director's
Yep,
report.
I do now.
Oh, okay. Perfect. So January, I listed the highlights because I wanted to move through them rather quickly. But we had a great puppet show, and we haven't met for a little while, so I kind of hit the highlights for all 3 months. So the puppet show in January, we had over 75 people. The winter story times, we've had 164 to date. Those are Tuesday, Thursday mornings. The ukulele workshop in January had 20 people. That's the maximum that we're allowed to have. That was fun. The drumming circle with Mike Leo, we had over 70 people, and that was also quite a bit of fun. We're looking forward to having Mike back in the summertime. The Tooth Fairy story time was over 40 people. That was in February. We had a host of family movies in January, February, and March, and the attendance on those has been over 53. We still have a little bit to go in. We have another couple in March. Tai Chi, which is on Wednesdays, we've had 92 to date. We've lost a couple of Wednesdays due to snowstorms, so Charlene will be holding her Tai Chi classes through mid-April instead of the end of March, because she's making up the time. We had 14 people at the Needle Felted Owl workshop in March. We had over 50 people attend the Omar White exhibit opening on March 15th, so that was really great. And the Webster Times did an article on the opening and the reception. They showed up, and it was very nice. Last week we had Margaret Fortier back for the genealogy presentation on finding your Italian ancestors. And last week we also had Deb Hudgens visit, for the first time. and she did a program called Sing and Swing Storytime. She goes around to different libraries and brings her guitar and does all kinds of music, and you know, it was great. We had 18 kids at that. So we've actually set up monthly programs with her in the fall. So that'll be fun. She'll be here for April vacation as well, doing an Earth Day Sing and Swing. Coming up, I couldn't believe when I looked at April. I was like, wow. As I said, we still have our Tai Chi classes through mid-April, and they're open to everyone. Just sign up at the door. We still have our ongoing chess club on Saturdays, the knitting group on Fridays, our Pokemon group on Tuesdays. We have our story time starting up in April on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10:30. And something new we've added is our tech help on Monday and Tuesday afternoons. We're running one-on-one tech help sessions with a staff member, two half-hour appointments each day. And we've had a fairly good response to those, mostly people who have gotten a gift of an iPad from a loved one and not shown how to use it.
Who on the staff is doing that?
Heather.
Heather?
Yep. Heather Roberts has been, she's pretty tech savvy, so she's helping, access downloadable and audiobooks. And if we can't help, we don't, of course, change any settings or anything like that. But a lot of times it's just, how can I help? How do I connect with Wi-Fi? How do I download an audiobook? And we decided just to set aside like an hour and a half each day on Monday and Tuesday. Those are 2 mornings that she works. So it's been great. And so there are things that we can't do. And of course, there's a million different devices out there, and we don't know about every one of them. But anyway, so those are some ongoing programs that we still have going on. Remaining in March, we have a movie night this Thursday on the 29th, Wonder Wheel. That's at 5:45. And on the 30th, we'll be showing Peppa Pig and the Easter Bunny on Friday the 30th at 1:30. And on Saturday, on the 31st, right at 10 o'clock, starting at 10 and going until 11:30, we are having our 3rd Easter egg hunt. And there's no registration, just come on down and get in line.
Those are crazy numbers last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. You're welcome. So let's see. And then in April, we've got book discussion on the 5th at 6 o'clock, Silent Spring by Rachel Carson. We will be hosting Julie St. Francis again on Monday, the 9th. She'll be doing her yoga for adults at 4:30 to 5:30, and that will be followed immediately 6 to 7 by her essential oils class. So she is doing those back to back. Chair yoga starts up again with Joanne the Liberty on Wednesdays from 10:30 to 11:30, and that'll be running April 11th through May 16th. And on April 12th at 6 o'clock, we'll be hosting Liz Barber again. She'll be doing Feasting from Your Edible Landscape. That's a slide presentation and food samples that she prepares right there.
It's really great.
Yes. And Chair Yoga and the Liz Barber are funded by Friends of the Library. In mid-April, during school vacation week, we have a story time with children's author Donna May. She wrote The Woolly Adventures of Pearl, P-U-R-L, for those knitters out there. That's on Wednesday the 18th at 11 o'clock. Music and Movement Earth Day with Deb Hudgens is Thursday the 19th at 11 o'clock. And we have a beekeeping presentation with John Headley on Thursday the 19th at 6 o'clock. Those 3 programs are also funded by Friends of the Library. And on Friday, we have Scott Jameson returning with his magic show. That's Friday the 20th at 2 o'clock. Finally, in April, we have a glass painting workshop with Carol Savard on Saturday the 21st from 10:30 to 12. Registration is required for that. And we have a blackout poetry workshop with Mike Leo on Saturday, April 28th from 11 to 12:30. And that is also registration required. And those two programs are also funded by Friends of the Library. Any questions about the program?
Oh, a lot going on.
We have submitted our FY19 budget. We anticipate working meetings in the next few weeks, but right now it's submitted, and the next step will be going through the working meetings with the town administrator and the FAA and so forth.
If I may, in regards to the budget, I know we have an outside contractor, Hector, I believe, who's handling the maintenance issues,
Hector?
or the housekeeping issues, I'm not
Mhm.
sure how to characterize that.
Yes.
How's that working out?
It was working out pretty well. Hector has actually decided to resign the position.
Oh.
And so that's just recent. And I've contacted an outside service that I had been talking to before Hector came on board
Oh.
to give me an estimate on what they would charge. So.
Does the town take care of the other buildings, the other municipal building, any other municipal buildings? Or
We take care of all of them.
you take care of all of them? Would that not include
We
the
have
library?
we have in-house staff.
Okay, would that not include the library?
It could. We need to change our staffing configuration. But there was a decision made a while back that the library wanted to go with a contract service.
Okay. And now it looks like we're going to be looking for some other option because the contract service will no longer be available, so maybe it might
Well,
be another opportunity.
It sounds like Karen's going back in the direction of looking at a contract
Okay,
service.
I just wondered if
I
there
mean,
were...
contract service or a vendor or an individual, to the
Right.
extent it's not an employee, that's what we're trying to get to.
Right. The way it worked before, Hector was the contract person.
Right, I
that
know
you're
Hector
talking
is a
about.
town employee as well.
Right.
Yeah.
But the way it was working was we were using the town custodians, but we were paying them. We were still paying them.
Separately?
Yes,
Right.
separately.
Oh.
It was a line item transfer.
Interesting.
So when we hired Hector, or we had Fleming's cleaning service before Hector,
Right,
and
out of Auburn. like-
there was no new line item. It was the same line item as it has been since
Mhm.
I arrived. There was a transfer being made to the Buildings and Grounds account.
So Hector is no longer going to be on site. Are we without someone for a period of time? Or?
No.
No?
He's staying.
Until the
Yeah,
transition.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
I had actually been wondering if I could possibly have somebody more than 2 hours a day, because it's a big place to clean, and it's, something to be
Well,
explored.
I'm sure that during the winter months, the cleaning is a little more involved than it
Yeah.
normally would be. I've seen a lot of things get trucked in.
Yeah,
Uh,
so I'm working on it. The reason I didn't bring it up was because I didn't have anything to say about, the service that I've contacted said they would be back to me by Wednesday. And
Okay.
Hector's here through the 6th.
And it's not the same service we've used in the
Correct.
past. Okay, all right, thank you.
I've been conducting interviews for the youth services librarian position. This week will be the final interview for one of the candidates, and in the meantime, Lisa Rice has been interim and doing a great job. So hoping to have a decision made on that by the end of the month. The website upgrade, just working out, we're just filling in some of the pages with data from the previous website. So that should be, and just checking links and things like that. Just kind of housekeeping items more than anything, and trying to dot our I's and cross our T's on that. And it's looking really good. Computer upgrade project, it's really a whole technology upgrade. The first phase of which is the computers. That is complete. We are going to be going from 2 network lines down to one for the computers, and that work is slated to be done on April 2nd by CW Mars, which is our consortium. They'll be taking over the network. That's phase 2. And phase 3 will be printer related, but I'll talk about that at the next meeting. I won't have anything done on that phase by that time. So, and then last but not least, I just wanted to let people know we'll be closed on Monday, April 16th for Patriots' Day. Any questions about that part? Okay.
Did we get the facilities yet? I'm gonna jump the gun a bit with the
No, go
maintenance
ahead.
issue. The hot water heater was an issue, as I recall.
Yes, I was looking at the old minutes.
On the mend or last rights?
The hot water heater is done. That's been replaced and
Done.
It's done and it's working. And then the children's room self-check was also on the minutes. That was one of my to-do lists.
As I recall, there was an issue with regards to the now replaced hot water heater in terms of the warranty or whatever guarantee.
There was no warranty.
There was.
The warranty had run out on that. I actually called the
And
company.
we do have one for the new one.
Yes,
Okay.
10 years. I believe it's 10 years. So hopefully I don't have to take them up on it anytime soon, because it wasn't trivial.
And were there things that had to be done or were supposed to be done in order to keep that warranty in force, in effect?
No, well, it should have been registered.
Well, I mean, on the new one, perhaps. The old one is a done thing. I mean, it's over and done with. But I mean, on the new one, are there things that we need to do? The registration, I assume, has been taken care of. And
I've already done it.
Yeah, okay.
The old one should have been registered with the company and hadn't been, but the company was very good. They took all my information and registered it after the fact. But the things that were still covered were not the things that were wrong with it. So, but it was, it was nice of them anyway to register it afterwards. So, just in case. So,
Yeah.
that was a good suggestion. I think Kathy made that last time, just to check into it. So, any other questions? Okay, if you flip the page over there, there's a budget as it stands at this moment. We did get our second state aid award in just this week, as a matter of fact, for FY18. If no one has any questions on that, then that completes my report.
Okay. Thank you, Katie.
You're welcome.
Under old business, amendment to library trustee bylaws.
Yes, I'm a big conservator of paper, so since I am, I'm telling you.
Good for you. You may be the only one.
Okay, so
Addition.
the proposed addition, this would be the last item in the Article 5 of trustees' duties, is to review and to discipline or terminate a library employee who has been employed for five days or longer. And I did work with Greg on the wording for this, and this is what we finalized. If anyone has any questions on that?
What is the jurisdiction in regards to the personnel board? Where do they fit in this, or have any involvement as far as the issue regarding employees of the library?
Greg, could you answer that one?
So their only role would be if someone has an appeal on a disciplinary matter, they can bring it before the personnel board.
Kathy?
So this is not just, like Karen, like, this is all the staff of the library? Okay.
Yeah, in the course of the 10 years that I've been on the board, I've been involved, I would say at least 7 situations where it was either, it could have been disciplinary or termination.
Pat,
Yes,
is it lengthy?
I'm sorry?
Is it lengthy?
What is that?
The amendment.
the proposed change.
The change is to review and to discipline or terminate a library employee who has been employed for 5 days or longer.
Okay, that's the extent.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Is discipline the word that we use throughout the personnel board, or is it like corrective action?
No discipline.
Okay.
Okay, do we have to vote on
We
this?
have to vote on that.
Okay.
As an amendment.
I can make a motion.
Oh, okay.
I'll make a motion that we approve the amendment as read by Pat.
Okay, and I will read it. To review cause and to discipline or terminate a library employee who has been employed for 5 days or longer.
All right. A motion has been made.
I second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Under new business, did you want to go further? And it says use their.
Oh, no, I
Okay.
basically brought you up to date on that.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Skipped ahead.
So we're at a point where we would want to adjourn this meeting to go into executive session. So the way I do that is to make a motion and read the convene to executive session.
Make a motion, we adjourn?
Okay, I make a motion, I have to read what's in
Okay.
here. Okay, so I'll make the motion to adjourn the public meeting of the library trustees to convene to executive session, Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A3, to discuss strategy with respect to litigation if an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the litigating position of the public body, and the chair so declares. Dundon versus Town, Worcester Superior Court. And
So, that's your motion? And you second?
I second.
I'll second that.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Roll call.
Yeah, roll call.
Oh,
Pat, aye.
Nora, aye.
We're doing a roll call.
I'm sorry?
We're doing a roll call.
I'm here. I'm sorry, I
You just
can't
have to
hear. I
say-
don't have my hearing aids in. I apologize. What do I
So I
say?
say Randy.
Randy Booth is here.
Aye.
Aye. I said aye earlier, sorry. I
Kathy,
whispered
aye.
it.
Richard, aye.
Benjamin,
Okay.
aye.
Okay.
Did I say something?
Okay, so we're going to end the
I can't
video
hear.
recording, or do we video record executive session?
You should video record. If you have any business to discuss, have it do the same. Not the video in terms of the TV, no.
Right.
You have a tape, continue to run it,
We want to shut the
but no
door?
TV.
Okay.
We all-